Imagine you are a die-hard fan of your hometown basketball team, the Sharks. For years, you've cheered them on, enjoyed their victories, and basked in the camaraderie of fellow fans. However, one season, a new team, the Jets, emerges and rapidly climbs to the top of the standings. Suddenly, the Jets are winning every game, and your friends, once loyal Sharks fans, begin sporting Jets jerseys and rooting for the new favorite. At first, you resist, clinging to your Sharks loyalty, but eventually you too switch sides. Now, you're part of the new wave of Jets supporters, blending into the sea of new fans at the local bar. This scenario, where the sudden popularity of the Jets led to your change in allegiance, is a perfect example of the bandwagon effect. The bandwagon effect is a cognitive bias that causes people to adopt a behavior or belief, primarily because others around them are doing the same. It's the idea that as something gains popularity, it becomes more attractive to join in, regardless of its actual merits or how well it aligns with personal preferences. This bias is far-reaching, extending into many areas of life, influencing decisions about education, lifestyle choices, and even major life paths. For example, consider how many high school students automatically choose to go to university after graduation, simply because it seems like the default or socially accepted choice. While university is a great option for many, it's not necessarily the best path for everyone. Some may find more success and satisfaction in trade schools or apprenticeships, but the pressure to follow the crowd can overshadow what's best on an individual level. The bandwagon effect in such cases limits critical thinking and can lead people to make decisions based on popularity rather than personal reflection on what suits them best. When the bandwagon effect spreads across larger groups, such as institutions or governments, the results can be even more damaging. Movements and trends that gain widespread traction can lead people to make poor decisions en masse. Take, for example, the anti-vaccination movement. Many individuals initially embraced the idea of not vaccinating their children because of rumors and misleading information. When more and more people jumped on the bandwagon, the movement grew, with severe public health consequences. A lack of individual critical thinking combined with the snowballing of popular but false information led to outbreaks of preventable diseases like measles, putting both the public and vulnerable communities at risk. In politics, the bandwagon effect can fuel the rise of populist movements. These often start with a message that resonates with ordinary people, then snowball as more supporters latch on, regardless of whether the movement truly benefits them. It can perpetuate the spread of ideologies that may lack nuance or factual basis, but thrive simply because they gain momentum. Political bandwagons can lead to drastic shifts in public opinion, often resulting in poor decisions that have long-lasting effects on societies. The bandwagon effect has also been responsible for some of the biggest financial crises in history. When investors notice that a large group is pouring money into a certain stock or market, they often follow suit, leading to rapid increases in prices. This herd mentality can create economic bubbles, where asset prices soar far beyond their intrinsic value, only to come crashing down when the bubble inevitably bursts. The 2008 housing market collapse was one such case, where a widespread belief in the invulnerability of the real estate market led to reckless investments and a subsequent crash that affected millions. Social media has only amplified the bandwagon effect, allowing trends to go viral and spread to millions in just a matter of seconds. Once a behavior or idea gains traction online, people are more likely to join in, whether it's harmless fun or something with real-world consequences. Some of these trends can have positive effects, such as the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge in 2014. The challenge raised millions for research and boosted global awareness of the disease, all thanks to the bandwagon effect driving participation. But not all viral trends are so beneficial. Dangerous challenges like the Tide Pod Challenge, which encouraged teenagers to ingest laundry detergent packets, gained traction through the same mechanisms. In this case, the bandwagon effect directly put lives at risk, demonstrating how social media trends can sway public behavior in both helpful and harmful directions. One of the reasons the bandwagon effect is so prevalent is that it's efficient. Our brains rely on heuristics, or mental shortcuts, to simplify decision-making. Following the crowd is one such shortcut. It's easier to assume that if many people are doing something, it must be the right thing to do. Evaluating each decision independently takes time and energy. So often, people just go with what's popular to conserve mental effort. Another reason for the bandwagon effect is our desire to fit in. Humans are social creatures, and we often feel pressure to conform to the behaviors and beliefs of those around us. The fear of standing out or being excluded from the group can drive us to adopt popular ideas, even if they don't fully align with our values or preferences. Social acceptance is a powerful motivator, and sometimes we conform simply to avoid feeling like an outsider. Additionally, We all want to feel like we're on the winning side. When we see that a certain idea, behavior, or political movement is gaining traction, it can seem like the right or inevitable choice. We may not even be fully aware that we're aligning with the majority out of a subconscious desire to back the winner. Historically, humans have been wired to avoid opposing the majority, as doing so could lead to social rejection or conflict. In modern times, this instinct still drives us to adopt popular opinions, even when they're not necessarily the best for us. Understanding the bandwagon effect is crucial because it helps us resist the pull of popular opinion when it's not in our best interest. Following the crowd isn't always a bad thing, but it's important to ensure that our decisions are based on reason and critical thinking, not just the popularity of an idea. By slowing down the decision-making process and taking time to think things through, we can avoid the automatic adoption of trends or behaviors that don't serve us. It's also helpful to remove ourselves from environments where social pressure is intense, allowing for more independent thought. Considering alternative viewpoints and questioning the majority opinion can also help break the cycle of conformity, leading to more informed and individual choices. The origins of the term bandwagon trace back to the 1848 US presidential campaign of Zachary Taylor, when a circus bandwagon was used to draw attention to his rallies. The phrase, "jump on the bandwagon," soon evolved to mean joining a popular movement, and the bandwagon effect as a concept took off in the 20th century as researchers studied how public opinion polls could sway voter behavior. People feared that published polls would lead voters to support the most popular candidate, rather than making informed choices based on the issues. In modern politics, the bandwagon effect continues to shape elections. Polls and media coverage of frontrunners can drive voter behavior, causing some people to support candidates simply because they appear likely to win. This creates a self-fulfilling cycle where perceived popularity drives real popularity, and the bandwagon grows. From sports fandoms to political movements to social media trends, the desire to follow the crowd is deeply rooted in our psychology. While it can simplify decision-making, it can also prevent us from thinking critically and making choices that are best suited to our individual needs. By understanding the mechanisms behind the bandwagon effect, we can resist the pressure to conform and make more thoughtful, independent decisions. Join the bandwagon now by not forgetting to like, share, and subscribe.